You were never meant to blend in. You weren't designed to be an echo in the crowd. You were tuned to be the signal, the interference pattern that shifts the structure. The resonance no one expected, but everyone felt the moment you entered the room. You've been walking around disguised as ordinary, camouflaged in routine, but underneath it all, you carry a harmonic field that didn't come from books, teachers, or timelines. It came encoded, not inherited, not taught, imprinted from source pattern. Most people will never understand what's humming beneath your surface. They'll call it intuition, coincidence, maybe even luck. But deep down, you've always known. What lives inside you doesn't belong to this static system. Science calls it junk DNA. Over 90% of our genetic code, unexplained, unused, written off. But what if that so-called junk is actually dormant resonance? A crystalline map waiting for pressure, for frequency, for activation. And here's the truth no one told you. You're already carrying it. Not in your hands, not in your mind, in your field. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet knowing. That eerie sense that you're watching the world from just outside it. That you don't quite belong, not in a sad way, but in a structural way. Like you came here remembering something everyone else forgot. You hear the silence between words. You feel the distortion behind polished smiles. You see the fractures in stories people swear are whole. And it's not because you're gifted in the traditional sense. It's because you resonate differently. The world tried to measure you by noise, but you were built to transmit tone. You're not random. You're placed, intentionally embedded like a tuning fork in a system running out of sync. And that's why it's been heavy. Because carrying resonance in a low-frequency environment feels like trying to hold a steady note in a hurricane. People misunderstood you. Said you were too intense, too quiet, too emotional, too analytical. They didn't know what they were reacting to wasn't your personality, it was your pattern. They felt their own instability in your presence because your field made the distortion in theirs rise to the surface. You were the mirror, the amplifier, the unspoken correction. And it wasn't easy, was it? You were placed in families that didn't hear your tone, environments that made you question your own calibration. They tried to fit you into a mold, but your system wasn't built to echo. It was built to harmonize, to restabilize. The chaos you endured wasn't failure. It was friction, necessary turbulence to shake loose the false alignments and activate your deeper signal. Every betrayal, every rejection, every breakdown wasn't punishment. It was frequency refinement. Because resonance can't be learned. It's revealed. And revelation doesn't come through peace. It comes through pressure, through interference, through collapsing everything that doesn't vibrate with your core. That's what you were going through, not punishment, precision. You weren't being broken, you were being tuned, calibrated to your own original frequency, so you could finally hear yourself clearly again. You see now, don't you? You were never meant to follow the charted path. You were the deviation, the curve that resets the equation. And it's not about being better, it's about being in tune, with reality, with truth, with the field itself. So stop trying to muffle it, stop trying to dim it. You're not here to be comfortable, you're here to be coherent. And coherence shakes things, it stirs up distortion, it causes systems to either break or realign. That's the point. You are not too much, you are not too sensitive, you are not too anything. You are exactly what this moment requires, a living harmonic. Walking through a world of noise, not asking for attention, but radiating the signal that resets the pattern. This is why you're here. Not to be understood by everyone, but to be felt by those who are ready to remember their own tone. You're not broken. You're broadcasting.